the Aerospace Force of the Army of the Guardians of the Islamic Revolution, known in America as the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Aerospace Force is the Air Force within the Army of the Guardians of the Islamic Revolution. Parallel to the regular Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force, the regular air branch of the military of Iran, the Revolutionary Guards have their own air force. It shares facilities with the IRIAF. Aviation forces. Most public sources disagree on which aircraft are operated by the IFAGA. The Washington Institute for Near East Policy said in 2005 that, the backbone of the IRGCAF consists of 10 Su-25 Frankfurt attack aircraft and around 40 AIM-312 Tucanos. The Washington Institute also said that the IRGCAF maintained 30 Y-12 and Assault Falcon 20 light transports, as well as MFI-17 Mushak and Super Mushak trainers and locally built Ababal and Moajul reconnaissance unmanned aerial vehicles. The IFAGA also operates a sizable rotary wing force consisting of around 20 Mi-171 helicopters for transport and armed assault roles, and a large transport force out of Shiraz, equipped with around 15 ex-Iraqi Il-76s and 12 M-74 TK-200 transports. Scramble backs up this picture in general, reporting in 74s, and 14s, and Su-25KS at Tehran Murabad, Shundef 7 milliseconds at Zaydan, and Il-76 AEW variants at Shiraz Shahid Daystab International Airport, while saying that they might be based at Murabad. Scramble also said that an unknown number of new Su-25s were delivered in 2003. However, other, later writings make no mention of Su-25s or Il-76s. Anthony Kordsman of the Center for Strategic and International Studies, writing in August 2007, said only the IFAGA may operate Iran's 10 M-312 Tucanos, and that it seems to operate many of Iran's 45 PC-7 training aircraft as well as Pakistani-built training aircraft at a school near Mushak, but this school may be run by the regular Air Force. He also specifically said that reports of the Revolutionary Guards operating F-7s did not seem to be correct. Kordsman also noted claims of the IFAGA building gliders for use in unconventional warfare, saying that they would be unsuitable delivery platforms, but could at least carry a small number of weapons. However, the attached reference was a 1996 Reuters report, making the sources for such assertions extremely thin. Finally, the IISS Military Balance 2007 makes no mention of aircraft at all, referring only to the Shahab 1, 2, and 3 missiles. On October 2009 it was announced that its name has been changed from IRGC Air Force to IRGC Aerospace Force. In February 2014 Janes announced that the Barrani missile system had been tested. This system is a laser-guided air-to-surface missile which releases submunitions, new generation of long-range ballistic missiles carrying multiple re-entry vehicle MIRV payloads. The Bina missile, which can be carried aloft and is able to be ground-launched from a rail car, was also revealed at the time. Current aircraft. Missile forces. The IFAGA controls Iran's strategic missile forces. On August 2013, Ahmad Vaidi, former defense minister of Iran, said that his country is ranked 6th in the world in missile production. It is claimed to operate several thousand short and medium-range mobile ballistic missiles, including the Shahab 3/3B with a range of up to 2,100 kilometers, which is the mainstay of Iran, a unregistered trademark as strategic deterrent. If Iran ever produces nuclear weapons, the IFAGA is likely to control them. Iran says that it has no intention of producing nuclear weapons. Despite earlier roots, the Iranian military industry started the missile development program in earnest during Iran's long and costly war with Iraq. At times, throughout the war, Iran found that it could not strike certain Iraqi facilities or targets with its own forces. This resulted in an ambitious missile development program that is still continuing. Today, Iran is developing space launch vehicles and sophisticated medium-range ballistic missiles. Iran's ballistic missiles possess the capability to deliver a variety of conventional high-explosive and submunition, as well as MIRVs. Iran's achievements in missile development has been called impressive by IISS. On May 2013, Iran's Ministry of Defense and Logistics delivered a massive number of missile tells to IRIAF. Iranian television footage showed at least 26 tells lined up in 2 rows for the event, which marked their purported delivery to the Islamic Revolution Guards Corps Aerospace Force, which operates the counter-unregistered trademark S ballistic missile Euro, according to the report by IHS Janes. Short-range missiles Solid fuel program. The foundations for this were laid with the Oghab and Shaheen-I missiles. These would lead the way for a number of other rocket artillery systems including Fajr, Nazit, and Zeltsel. The initial effort in this area relied heavily on technical help from the People's Republic of China in the form of assembly and manufacturing contracts during 1991 and 1992. Iran was quick to surpass the Chinese level of assistance and became self-sufficient. Liquid fuel program. After the war, Iran's experience of liquid fuel missiles are purely focused on the reverse engineering of Scud-B missiles. However, with the post-war reorganization, the focus of the effort quickly changed and focused on assembly and maintenance. A domestic version of the Scud-B, known as Shahab-1, was developed and manufactured. This led to its successor, the Shahab-2, a variant of the Scud-C with a range of 500 to 700 kilometers, and finally the Shahab-3. All these programs relied heavily on Russian and North Korean assistance. In recent years, Iranians developed multi-stage Shahab-4, now apparently shelved, and reportedly also Shahab-5 and Shahab-6, which are said to be derivations of North Korean Apodong. Iranian engineers participated in the North Korean Apodong-2 missile launch on July 4, 2006. Since the end of the war, Iran has consistently attempted to recruit foreign help, as well as its large and highly qualified expatriate population, into its missile program. Iranian expatriates who left with the revolution have been slow to return, but many are now doing so and thus heralding a new age for Iran's missile development program with their tremendous wealth of technical experience. Other missile systems. Iran has an arsenal of short-range, liquid-fueled missiles including the Scud-B and Scud-C, and is now able to produce Scud-type missiles on its own, such as the R-17E, a variant of the Russian Scud-B. The Aerospace Industries Organization, a subsidiary of Iran's Ministry of Defense, supports the manufacturing process by engaging in Scud missile restoration. Its short-range missile inventory also includes solid-fueled missiles, such as the Tonda-69 and the Fateh-110. Also, Iranian artillery rockets include the Samad, the Shaheen-I artillery rocket, the Nazat artillery rocket, the Zeltsel-1, the Zeltsel-2 and the Zeltsel-3. Longer-range ballistic missiles. As of 2009, Iran has an active interest in developing, acquiring, and deploying a broad range of ballistic missiles, as well as developing a space launch capability. In mid-July 2008, Iran launched a number of ballistic missiles during military exercises, reportedly including the medium-range Shahab-3. Iran announced other missile and space launch tests in August and November 2008. In February 2009, Iran announced it launched a satellite into orbit and OE officially achieved a presence in space. Fajr-3 MIRV. The Fajr-3 is currently Iran's most advanced ballistic missile. It is a domestically developed liquid fuel missile with an unknown range. What makes it Iran's most advanced rocket is that the Iranian government says it has multiple independently targeted re-entry vehicles capabilities. Its MIRV capability may give it the ability of avoiding anti-missile surface-to-air missiles. The missile was last launched during Holy Prophet War Games, which was the IRGC's largest naval war games ever. The Fajr-3 and the Fajr-3 artillery rocket are different systems. Shahab-3. Shahab-3 was the first intermediate-range ballistic missile that was built by Iran's military. Its first model, also known as Shahab-3A, has a range of 1,300 kilometers. Soon after, Iran came with a new model called Shahab-3B, which is a range of 2,000 kilometers, and can carry a heavier warhead. Making this missile was a major step in Iran's missile industry, and it opened the way to longer-range missiles. Shahab 3D, which followed the Shahab 3C, is Iran's latest Shahab model. A 2,000-kilometer range threatens Russia, Ukraine, parts of Hungary, Serbia, Greece, Egypt, Arabia, parts of India and China, as well as countries closer to Iran. Jane's Information Group said in 2006 that Iran had 6 operational Shahab 3 brigades, the first of which was established in July 2003. They said that the 6 brigades were mainly equipped with standard variants, but with others described as enhanced Shahab 3 variants, with ranges of 1,300, 1,500 and 2,000 kilometers, respectively. Anthony Kordsman of the Center for Strategic and International Studies however said only in August 2007 that the Air Force of the IRGC is believed to operate IRIN a unregistered trademark S-3 Shahab 3 intermediate-range ballistic missiles units while noting that their actual operational status remains uncertain. GHAD-110. The GHAD-110 is a medium-range ballistic missile designed and developed by Iran. The missile has a range of 1,800 to 2,000 kilometers and as such is the Iranian missile with the longest range. It is believed to be an improved version of the Shahab 3, also known as the GHAD-101. It has a liquid fuel first stage and a solid fuel second stage, which allows it to have a range of 2,000 kilometers. It has a higher maneuverability than the Shahab 3 and a setup time of 30 minutes which is shorter than that of the Shahab 3. Ashara. In November 2007, Iranian Defense Minister Mostafa Mohammad Najjar announced that Iran had built a new missile with a range of 2,000 kilometers, the Ashara missile. He did not say how the missile differed from the Shahab 3, which is a range of 2,100 kilometers. He told the gathering Basij militia during the maneuvers they were holding that same week that the construction of the Ashara missile, with the range of 2,000 kilometers, is among the accomplishments of the Defense Ministry. According to Jane's Defense Weekly, the Ashara represents a major breakthrough in Iranian missile technology. It is the first two-stage MRBM using solid-fueled rocket motors instead of the existing liquid-fueled technology used on the Shahab. This would dramatically reduce the setup and deployment time for the missile and hence, shorten the amount of warning time for the enemy. Janes noted that while the development parallels Pakistan's Shaheen-II MRBM, there is no evidence to suggest there had been any prior technology exchange or with its other known technology partners such as North Korea or China. Sejil. The new two-stage solid-fuel missile has a range of nearly 2,500 kilometers. It was tested on November 12, 2008. An improved version, the Sejil 2, was tested on May 20, 2009. Improvements include better navigation system, better targeting system, more payload, longer range, faster lift-off, longer storage time, quicker launch, and lower detection possibilities. BINA. BINA is a laser-guided dual-capability surface-to-surface and air-to-surface missile. It appears to be an AGM-65 Maverick air-to-ground missile with a semi-active laser seeker fitted to its nose. Brigadier General Hossein Dehqan said the ballistic missile had radar-evading capabilities. The new generation of long-range ground-to-ground ballistic missile with a fragmentation warhead and the laser-guided air-to-surface and surface-to-surface missile dubbed BINA have been successfully test-fired. The BINA missile is capable of striking important targets such as bridges, tanks and enemy command centers with great precision. Seamorg, U.S. Director of National Intelligence James Clapper told the Senate Armed Services Committee on February 11, 2014 that Iran was expected to test a missile system that could potentially have ICBM-class range, a possible reference to the Seamorg satellite launch vehicle on which Iran is working. Emad. On October 10, 2015, Iran launched a new missile, the Emad. Security Council Resolution 1929 prohibits any development of ballistic missiles, but Iran has said it will ignore this ban. The Emad is capable of delivering a nuclear weapon and has a range of 1,700 kilometers, enough to reach all of Israel and Saudi Arabia. It is considered to represent a great advance in accuracy, with a guidance and control system in its nose cone that functions during re-entry into the atmosphere. The US, France, Britain, and Germany asked the UN Security Council to investigate and take appropriate action. References. External links: Overview of Iranian missiles, chart Iran artillery rockets, Iran missile program, gallery, new launches of long-range missiles of Iran, delivered to Afagir.